Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today we're going to start with a Divine Feminine check-in and see what's going on in the Divine Feminine's worlds right now. What is it that we can see? Thank you, Divine Creator, for showing us what it is going on in the Divine Feminine's worlds. Wow, I'm seeing Justice at the bottom of the deck. What else? Emotionally, mentally, and physically, what can we see? Just going to quickly get, let's do 3 cards for each. And a key card. What is it that we can see, Divine Creator, for? Okay, I'll just leave those there as I get the cards. So for the emotional realm, we have the card of separation, the equal give and take card, 6 of Pentacles, and a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So emotionally, just hearing the Divine Feminines are not feeling like they're in their rightful place. And the 4 of Swords is the key card. This means there's still healing to be done. There's still things that need to be integrated, that need to sink in. I'm going to pull some clarification, and you know what I'm really getting though? It's like we teach others how to treat us. With this reciprocity card, the 6 of Coins, this can be the breadcrumbing that's happened in the past. There's something of being very, very clear on what throws you into imbalance and what feels right to you. Also, this illusion of separation, being good on your own. So there's a lot of calibration, getting to know yourself. Because the 4 of Swords is not in the upright, Divine Feminines, this really is going into meditation, asking yourself some very key conscious questions about energetics versus the 3D. What indicates love to you? What is connection? What are you trying to get out of commitment? What are you looking for? What would make the difference? What would bridge the gap? What isn't happening right now for you that you actually feel would eliminate this energy of separation? Ask yourself, when you find these ideas that might do it, ask yourself, is that truly what would do it? And as far as reciprocity, what is give and take? What do you love to offer? What do you truly feel supported to receive? What is worthwhile to give and take in relationship? Why would you like to come together? And then this card of nurture. This is a card of the home, creature comforts, but it can also be karmic feminine energy. So this is possibly forgiving yourself, Divine Feminines, for having been karmic in the past, for having been immature or not where you're at now. This can also be forgiving others for having not shown you kindness or nurture. This can be where you give your power away. So Divine Feminines, there's a lot of getting to know yourself that can happen right now. Okay, and in the conscious mind, we are getting the Tower, 10 of Cups, and the Empress with 9 of Cups. So I just heard, be careful what you wish for. You may just get it. So Divine Feminines, if you haven't calibrated your emotions, if you've truly not discovered these things about yourself, you're going to manifest a connection either with your divine counterpart or a soulmate that's going to perfectly mirror where you're at, and either the cycle's going to blow apart or you're going to be stuck with a soulmate connection that falls short of this Empress stuff. So on the conscious mind, this is like praying for what you want. This is a beautiful invitation to change the foundations, to go back to the drawing board, to be conscious. Our emotions manifest. Our emotions are the biggest indicator of our alignment. If we are in high frequency, unconditional love, gratitude, appreciation, acceptance, we manifest miracles. If we're in low vibe things, we manifest suffering. So this is a major foundational opportunity for change that you have to wish for and design what you really want. So discovering these three energies about what you don't want and letting that sink in and inform you so that you're practical and grounded and truly in this Empress energy, going for your 10 of Cups. The Tower is coming in here to radically shift the way that you're looking at what you think you want, and so that you can be more deliberate with understanding it's not that you just want any old thing, you want the right thing. There's no more settling, divine feminines. Okay, and in the 3D, wow, 4 cards wanted to come out. And making the changes in the physical. So this little bit of the emotional calibration, the conscious, I heard mission statements, and then the things that can change in the 3D. So we are getting these streamlining energies, no more juggling. This is a budgeting card, so doing one thing at a time, not spreading yourself too thin, choosing one action, one baby step, one step for progress. We get the card of setting healthy boundaries, and that there are too many energies involved. So you are doing too much or not focusing, possibly keeping busy, not going as deeply as you could. The Moon card here can indicate that it's time to set some intentions, time to get in touch with the subconscious, time to look at your cycles, your patterns. 7 of Wands is about setting healthy boundaries, especially in the inverse here. It's definitely looking at things that haven't been working with too many energies involved. You know, it's okay to take a step back from doing so much, divine feminine, and take time to have some deeper truths revealed right now. The Moon is about secrets, and if this is showing up in your physical world, there could be people around you right now that are not holding your best interest, and it's time to be not a lone wolf, but even more independent in your thought. The Wheel of Fortune also kind of wanted to come out here. It's in the reverse. So until you streamline this stuff, the universe, the divine, the energetics can't come in and fully realize what it is that you think you want. There are some things in your 3D world, divine feminines, that are contradicting the manifestations that you believe you've been asking for. So it's time to fine-tune that, I'm seeing, to systematically choose, because every little thought, every conscious recognition is a vote. So if you can observe your thoughts and assess which ones are in alignment and which ones aren't, you can systematically choose the ones that are in alignment more frequently. Let's get one mystical shaman oracle for the divine feminines. We are getting the mystical shaman and many paths. Okay, we got 2. 38. This is the symbol of the myth maker and storyteller who is neither made nor defined by the story. Instead, let's say she observes it, they observe it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. They dance between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around their shoulders, and sing the world into being. They remind us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. This is the symbol of true alchemy, for all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. So this is your chance to go into meditation. There's moon energy here, divine feminines. We are coming up to another eclipse, but all the messages so far are talking about looking at what has come before, learning from it, integrating the lessons, observing them, seeing them for what they are, and weaving a new intentional manifestation story. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there was no need to explain to you or anyone, not even yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is the sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. So definitely look at and be clear on the things that have not resulted in success. I'm seeing that in the cards. The illusions of separation, what were they? The illusion of lack or competition or loss or imbalance, and the illusion of a lack of nurture from yourself and others. So this is truly letting go of all of the past. I love how these oracle cards can come in and define the meanings here. And letting go of the old foundations. That Tower card on the conscious mind, and then the Empress really is this detaching from the past and then setting healthy boundaries, letting go of people, places, and things and attachments. So letting go is letting go of attachment to things that are holding you back because of the way that you assess them. And then we have many paths. 34. All paths lead to spirit. What you bring to your journey is what will determine if yours is a path of suffering, a path of wisdom, a path of bliss, or a path of loss. Consider the traveler who met two stonemasons. He asks one what he's doing, and the mason replies, "I am squaring out this stone." He asks the other who is doing the exact same thing and gets the reply, "I'm building a cathedral." One man has a job, the other has found his work and calling. He is part of an endeavor much greater than himself. Be sure you pick the path with a heart. Your call now is to take a big, bold step and leave the beaten path. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf to support you in this move. Do not dally lest you miss the moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. Be sure you attend to both your path through this earth as well as your journey through the stars. So uncharted territory, divine feminines. It's time to unhook. It's time to do a little bit of a recap and realize there's nothing to hang on to. Things from the past, the 3D, the old foundations, resulted in struggle. It's time to let go. Time to open to being shown what that can look like now. Awesome. Okay, so for the divine feminines watching and for the cross watchers that may be out there, divine masculines, what can we see for how the divine feminines are looking at this connection with their divine counterpart, 1111, a union card. How nice. What is going on the heart space, divine feminines? What are the divine feminines wishing at this time? What are the actions being taken? What is the biggest challenge that the Divine Feminine Collective is facing at this time? What is the spirit guided solution for that challenge? And where is the energy going in the near future? Okay. Oh, Adeptive Chalices. I feel like we get this in this position for the masculines a lot, but this is surrendering to the love, letting it be what it is, not looking around. This person has their face down in the water, in the emotions, not really paying attention to much else, not really paying attention to who might be watching. And the Empress in the reverse. This is the card of abundance. It's also you, Divine Feminine. So in the reverse, because there's a masculine and a feminine energy here, I'm really getting that there's a nudge both ways. Keep focused on yourself right now. Manifest the things you need to. We saw the Empress in the opening energy on the conscious mind, with continuing to let the past fall away, all the things that haven't served the life as you know it, and to continue to open with non-attachment and love, surrender, wholehearted energy to what will come. So everything that has happened, say thank you. Everything that will be, say yes. Because sometimes also cry it out, Divine Feminines, if you need to. Really purge, let go, cleanse, release, allow, awaken. What is on the heart space for the Divine Masculines? Actually, let me see what else. This is also focus. Yeah, I'm going to just say it again. Focus on yourself and let your Divine Masculine focus on their processing at this time. It's kind of a solo pursuit. On the heart space, what can we see? There's the Moon in the upright with the Knight of Wands, the Adeptive Flames. So this is the passion growing. So I just heard sexual connection is ramping up. So for Divine Feminines, you might be... This is a nighttime card, so feeling like you're missing the sexual, sensual connection with your Divine Masculine. Oh, I just heard light a candle. If you're dealing with that, and send your prayers to heaven. But this is also eclipse energy. We've got the solar plexus and the moon here. So the eclipse is coming up on the 4th of December. So this is a very sacred time right now for true empowerment, I'm hearing. I'm going to pull a clarifier on how the Divine Feminines can access this sensual energy between now and the eclipse. Unconditional love. So continue to look at the growth process of this obvious sexual connection you have for your Divine Masculine, and continue to allow them the freedom through unconditional love to experience their own walk, and continue to love yourself unconditionally. If you're having feelings of passion that aren't being satiated right now with your masculine, continue to love yourself. The live and let live energy right now, Divine Feminines. I just heard sexual addiction for some, and okay, there's lots of messages. So there's a balancing. Unconditional love is sorting its way out in two ways right now. Sex can be codependent, where we feel like our partner owes us a sexual connection. And with twin flames, it can be very dicey for some, feeling like that is the only divine counterpart available. And so there's this sense of ownership or duty, or feeling like only the Divine Masculine will do. It's a yes and a no in that sense. If you are feeling frustrated and like you have an ownership that is unrequited, work on that Divine Feminine, because even in union, it's not going to be advantageous for you to feel like you have to demand sexual connection, or pouting if you can't have it, or if it's not appropriate or not available. Managing your own energy. That's one very sincere thing. Not having sexual impulses lead to control issues if they can't be acted on with your divine masculine. That's a major one here. So that's, you know, if you're feeling too inclined, manage that. The flip of it is, if you have divine feminine being systematically training yourself to cull the passion, maybe you've been in separation, maybe you've told yourself it's not appropriate, maybe you're afraid you won't get the passion back, maybe you've come into too much of a mastery and you're wondering if you can ever feel that for your divine masculine again, even though you know it's your twin. Don't be afraid, because when there is this love, the passion will authentically arise when it's time, I'm hearing. So whichever side of that coin you're on, divine feminines, it's time to really look at the inner workings of that through unconditional love. Your body, your mind, your soul are yours through your free will, and your divine masculine owes you nothing. And when these unions come in, it will be such a mutual glad heart shared. So look at any kind of imbalances still. You're having this very deep opportunity to sort out truly unconditional love, even regarding sexual impulse, sexuality. I just heard reproduction, so many different themes of demand or lack of passion to the extremes on these twin journeys. It adds a different sort of level of mastery in when we think of someone in terms of being our true divine counterpart, because we are still sovereign. That person no more or no less owes us anything than any other typical 3D relationship. And I'm seeing divine feminines even just considering that, you know, just because they're your divine counterpart does not mean that you have any more ownership one way or the other. Just gonna stop there, because that seems like it could be quite an in-depth subject in and of itself. Okay, what are the divine feminines wishing for these connections? Progress and coming out of the heartache. So there's a little bit of past review on my table. This is Metatron's seal, and there's a dolphin going towards it. So divine feminines are wishing to look to the past, like we saw in the first messages, to find the keys to this heartache. Again, I've said this for the divine masculine readings, but the 3 swords represent, you know, the truth of the situation, your own actions, what you've perceived someone else to be doing. And so you can find the middle ground that unlocks this heartache when you sort your assessment, when you observe your thoughts and see it for what it is. So there is a little bit of forgiveness, unconditional love of self and other here to go into the histories, to look at the inconvenience, possibly third energies, whatever's been keeping your connection apart on your side and your divine counterpart's side. There's an opportunity to go into that and see the deeper lessons in it, along with the preferences and what this has done to inform you, divine feminines. Lots of learning and integration right now. It seems to be a very meditative. We've had the moon a couple of times, so until the eclipse, possibly to the solstice, I keep feeling that window of energy. There's an invitation to go pretty deeply, divine feminines, into some spacious understanding right now. Actions the divine feminines are taking. Yes, Seeker of Chalices. We have the Princess of Cups now. We had the Prince of Cups to begin with here. This is the action, the surrender, opening the heart chakra to unconditionality. Even further, the Princess of Cups holds this unconditional love. And I'm hearing benefit of the doubt of self to self and other right now. The Knight of Coins is the foundation laying. In the reverse, there's a pause. Hard work, diligent work externally, proof in the physical isn't needed right now. Right now, Divine Feminines, it's a full surrender, a full letting go, a release of the past, a release of all the things that have come, a release of all of your assessments of what it's been, and just a witness, just witness what has been. There's a sense of holding space and being gentle and easy on yourself and your masculine right now, but also making note of your preferences. It's a regrouping energy. But it is a feeling of non-action right now. What is the biggest challenge? Transitioning, and we have the Knight of Wands again, transitioning through the portal. Look at this Death card. There is somebody who has passed away in the 3D, going towards the light. That's what this ascension motion is on the planet right now. We're leaving the old lives, the 3D alignment, and we are moving up through to the light. We can only do this individually for ourselves. We can't do this on behalf of anyone else. And so let the passion disconnect. Let go of your divine masculine. Let go of the connection completely. We had this in the moon. This is a deep motion of surrender right now. This is the challenge, to go towards the light without fixation on your divine masculine, and do it in your own right. Find the light on your solo path right now. Get to know yourself. Let go of the wanting. Let go of the needing. Let go of the reasons you feel that you deserve or own any rights to anything outside of yourself, and connect to source. What is the advice? This is your mission. The indigo is the magician, and we've got the tower in the reverse. It's literally that message of leaving the 3D and going to a higher. The tower, when it's in the reverse, is talking about all of the building blocks, the ones that this Knight of Coins uses to build the cathedral. Wasn't that the message in the card at the beginning in the secret or the mystical shaman oracle about the stonemason, that the two stonemasons that had a different assessment of the building blocks? I'm going to actually go back and read that. It was 36. Pardon me, 1 second. I want to read it. Nope, 34. So I'm squaring out this stone versus I'm building a cathedral. Those were the two. So instead of just squaring out the stone, make that splendid thing. You know, the 3D would be like, oh, I'm just squaring out this stone. Building a cathedral is knowing that there is this higher mission, that everything that we look at of the 3D can be seen in new eyes through this higher. And that's the transition. We're going from just, you know, putting random blocks of the past, thinking a memory, and throwing that block down over here and hoping it lands where we want it for the future. This is more conscious. This is taking the lesson, taking the awareness and saying, that wasn't quite right. If we situate it right here, 3 feet over on this wall, it adds strength and stability to the big picture, rather than just being this potentially useful thing that is in the pile of building rubble. I don't know if that came across clearly or not, but that is what I'm feeling here. This is the message. go through your transition, when you get through the other side of the things that you're needing to restructure, the passion will engage again, and you will have brand new context. This new foundation can be built when you go through the changes that are needed to let go of in your life right now, Divine Feminines. As you do your due diligence, you'll be able to build with the building material of your past life, of your past scenarios. It will support you. When you come through, you'll have the eyes to see. So continue going through any of the changes, any of those, the Two of Coins came up. So any of the things that you know you need to do in your own right, one at a time, just keep doing them, and your new opportunities will reveal in time. Don't repeat the error of the past. Have eyes to see what wasn't a fit, what didn't work, and pledge to clean up all of the things that resulted and let go of all of it so that you can begin to build a new foundation when it's time, when all of the past has been cleaned up and you've unhooked from all of the things that haven't worked, and you've seen all of the lessons associated, and you've witnessed all of the reasons that there wasn't a strong foundation. When all of that is seen, the next steps will be revealed. Where are things going? Steps. The steps are going to be revealed in unconditional love. This is the ascension process. This is what comes next. This is climbing this ladder of unconditional love and restructuring with love in mind. The Hermit is the card of alignment, loyalty, and the destined path. So it's not quite time to look at this lantern again. It's time to finalize the past and just hold compassion, hold unconditional love, and know that each step will be built eventually. I'm feeling that there is some action needed, Divine Feminines. So Divine Masculines watching, your Divine Feminine is taking care of some business right now. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that Hermit in the reverse for the Divine Feminines watching. What can we see for this Hermit in the reverse regarding the Seven of Cups, the Emperor? Yeah, I feel like you've got a lot on your plate, Divine Feminine, new ways of looking at things, giving the benefit of the doubt. We had that Ace of Cups. I'm hearing, because we had the Page and Knight of Cups as well. So each counterpart is working on rewriting the stories of their lives through unconditional love, recalibrating. So deeply go within and let go of control issues, let go of thinking, Divine Feminines, that your Emperor isn't doing exactly this, and just focus on yours. Focus on your journey. I just heard that the Emperors are waiting, and that they are waiting for energetic knowledge to move forward that may even be confusing to them. And some of it does apply with you literally going through your ascension process without being too concerned about what your Emperor is up to or not, Divine Feminines. Okay, let's see. One Starseed Oracle. What can we see in parting for Divine Feminines? Thank you, Divine Creator. We get Chamber of Communication, Correspondence, Declaration, and Telepathy. So don't fret about what your divine counterpart is up to, but if you'd like, Have conversations, talk about it, work things out in the energetic realms. Separation is an illusion. I'm hearing that again. You don't have to do the either or. It can be the all at once. It can be both particle and wave. We can learn what this is a little bit more. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the illusion. Seek for understanding on that concept that it's not a contradiction to be focused on self, to be apart in the physical, etc., etc., etc. It all works together. It's all essential. It's all part of this journey. It's all part of this energetic cycle. It's going to be a little bit different for each counterpart, but for all those watching, just keep meditating and asking for peace, and to understand how it's totally permissible to connect when you feel led, and to focus on self all the while. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.